This is a continuation of the video for Lab 2. I only have 5 minutes per video, so kind of have to move quickly. So anyway, let's move these things around so I have some room to work. TBL class and TBL section. Well, really, section name and section and semester name. Let me remove these out of this. Out of TBL class. So what's the relationship between class, section, and semester now? This is actually a ternary entry. In other words, the intersect between these three things is a class. You need a class like let's say IST 7000, a semester like spring 2013, and a section and whatever our section number is. So let's create a ternary entry. We're going to call this TBL semester section class. And that's going to have semester ID 90, class ID, and you know what? Let's move section ID here. Class ID. Okay. And I'm going to draw the relationships just like I did before. This is the one side. This is the many side. Again. This is the one side. This is the many side. I spelled it wrong, so it messed up. So let me try that again. There we go. And I'm going to disassociate these two and connect these two. That makes sense. And I'll get rid of this. This is what happens when Visio doesn't, when you name the columns two different names, it doesn't like it. So you have to fix it. It's my fault for moving too fast. Go to section. That's the one side. Now, what's the relationship between student and this TBL semester section class? Well, this thing is made up. It's a ternary entry between these three entities, but students sign up for this section within this section. So if I put student ID here, darn it, numeric 9, 0. There we go. Not as a primary key, but as a foreign key to this table. This is the one side. This is the many side. Darn it, I did it again. Student ID. I spelled this one wrong. Student ID. Student ID. There we go. So let me fix this relationship. I click this. Disassociate that one. Let me pick the right one. Associate. Go back to here and get rid of the wrong one, which is this guy. There we go. So student ID, I've got 4 foreign keys. I've got foreign keys to these entities, and then a foreign key to student ID. So I can have a section set up with no students. That's completely cool, and that's what I want. In other words, when I spin out a section, I don't want to have to require a student to sign up for that class on the first sign up. Does that make sense? In other words, when I first put out this section, we have sections set for fall of 2013. It's only spring of 2013. So I want to be able to have a section out there without students, and this sort of relationship lets me do that. Let me check to see under database options document. it's a little bit different on the other one. I think it was database. There was a different ribbon to get to its database and properties, but it's the same idea. IDEF1X. Remember this, where I had the strong and weak entities. Let me turn on crow's feet instead of that. I have the one-to-many relationships, semester to section class, semester section class, excuse me. Let me move this down here so we can see. I might actually move this one over here. There we go. Student to email, that's fine. Student to phone, again, that's good. And then the rest of this lab is just creating the SQL required for these tables. So you should have tables for TBL class, TBL section, TBL semester, TBL email, TBL phone, and then the entity for TBL student. What do you think? A class can live by itself, a section can live by itself, a semester can live by itself, an email, a phone, and the student. And the only one that's really dependent is TBL semester section class. And it's dependent because it needs a class, section, and semester to be defined. This is at third normal form. There we go. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you enjoyed the video.